Good afternoon. And you're probably seeing this notification pop up on your phone or your tablet or your computer. Studio Central has gone live. Click that and join us. Today we are doing a live art demonstration here in Upbeat Artworks. Behind me you can see we're in a gallery space. Before we get to it, I just want to give a little bit of background if you're not familiar or if you're new to joining us this week. Artbeat Studio, we're a not-for-profit registered charity, and we believe in the healing power of art. We provide studio space for folks who have mental health challenges, and we have a urban art center in Portage Place Shopping Center, and we have an art gallery where we showcase the work of folks who've gone through our programming. We really believe in building a creative community. And that's what we are about. This is what this live demonstration is all about. It's about maintaining and creating and building these creative connections with folks wherever you happen to be. Today, the title of our demonstration is Simple Compositions. Kate, who's going to lead us today, will talk a bit more about that. But I do want to mention Artbeat Studio, we have a 6-month residency program. If you're curious, there is a link on our Facebook page. Click it, artbeatstudio.ca. Talks a little bit about the 6-month program where we have free studio space for folks to go through and focus on their creative practice, build their community with folks, and also feel good about their mental well-being. It's a cool program that helps people connect, and we love to connect with folks on that level as well. So we recently had Group 39. We've had so many folks come through our programming. We're in our 20th year celebrating. Group 39 finished recently, and we now have some of their artwork here in the gallery. So I've talked a bit about Artbeat and what we do as an organization. Now we're actually going to show some of the artwork that's been produced through the programming. So I'm just going to flip the phone around and boop, there you go. Then we have Kate. Hi, Kate. We also have Trey and Logan. Hey, this is our setup. Before we get to it, let's talk about, we have 5 or 6 artists, I think.
We have 6 artists from Group 39, and we can start with Shannon.
Shannon Druitt.
Shannon Druitt has a lot of paintings that are not on display yet, so we would say we show a couple of them today, and all the rest will have a special live dedicated to Shannon's art. McKenna, Gigi, and Teddy. This is Jamie.
Oh, that's Jamie Saposh. Another person.
They actually look very similar because they're both liner cuts.
And like a really cool example of the work that folks create while they're in our studio programming. So I think that this is
Ducks
acrylic.
Like Rain.
Ducks Like Rain. Really cool work. And then
Will you be able to pass through here? We have several books in the back as well, so don't worry about books running out. We have more.
So now we're gonna do.
We have a little tiny piece from G. Cola. That's called the Walker Razor Pig GITD.
So now all the art we're showing you is available here in Upbeat Artworks, and it's available for purchase. So this is I'm gonna pull back just so you can see kind of how big it is. It's like a larger scale piece by Hero. There's poppies, there's a rainbow. So this piece is here, you can see. Acrylic, where the poppies grow. Really beautiful work.
We'll pay more attention to hero art when we have a special live. We don't have the bios written for us yet, so we will need to wait a little bit.
And
we have Leaves right
Leaves
here,
by
Leaves
Shannon.
by Shannon.
And also
Books.
books. So a lot of people think art is just painting sometimes, but art is also writing. So we have a lot of folks who actually are writers and who are with Artbeat Studio. So
A chapbook poetry collection, Manic Pixie Fat Dream, and Oak and Honey. This one is, I guess we'll pay more attention to books later as well. And we have more books here. I think that's easier for James to actually step out for a couple sets. And we have Drawn to the Water by Shannon. It's a special display.
Beautiful. Then we have another one by Shannon.
Mountains and Clouds, that's a line I got as well. The Lost Mage Princess and Rite of the Mage Queen by Hero.
Oh, more
And we
G-Cola.
have G-Cola,
Yeah.
Polka Dots and Crafty Corn Special and Locker Combo.
That's awesome. And this is all in Upbeat Artworks. Look at our gallery space. Then we have, oh, Illid.
We have Elite right here.
So a lot of different sizes, a lot of different types of compositions.
We have new artworks from our artists who paint a lot.
Teresa Taylor,
and Steph.
Stephanie.
We already showed Very Reasonable and Very
Oh, no, we
Makeup
didn't.
by
Yep.
Shannon.
So we have-
I mean, we showed them on our Instagram. We had a post featuring
Yeah.
these two pieces. So we are a part of what Group 39 produced. We have another piece of G-Gold right here. Colorful tiles.
Yeah, G-Cola's got some really sort of vibrant, like geometric pops with their work. It's cool.
And we have Ezra Dawn's pieces.
Oh yeah. So this one I
That's
believe
a
is called
static.
Static. Yeah. Really cool. This piece, how you have the two canvases, but then they're connected by the static. It's meant to look like a television. It's very cool.
And then it could go.
Come by it.
And then
we
we
have
have Steel
these.
Wound and Tolerance right here.
Awesome. Again, all that detail.
That piece was admired
Oh,
yesterday by.
So good. It's so textured you want to touch it. But and that's sort of a brief overview of some of the new work we have here from Group 39. We like to mention the art that's here in the shop. You know, we're here to do an art demo, but ultimately we want to showcase the incredible work done by folks who are part of our creative community.
And these were my meal preparations at home, but I did not actually come by and work on anything. So this is what I started with. Yeah, so I decided to move into something completely different, and that's an abstract, simple abstract composition, which is quite hard to understand unless you start painting. So I have different, this is the example board, which has a random lines that are just going across and then a diagonal. So one of the examples of the composition is the diagonal, where you could just make a couple lines or 3 lines and then work around them randomly, or it might not be random. So what's different between random and not? It's always random by some point. That depends on what you choose as material. It could be random, or it could be something that you want to work on specifically because or not because. But this is an abstract doodle. So we're going to move to that later. We have 4 pieces of the doodle.
Cool. Yes.
Everyone would have a piece of watercolor paper, and we have big markers here. But I also got this just because we might not have enough colors. I never use this, so don't blame me if they don't work.
I like those ones.
These are from Dollarama?
Yeah, I like those ones.
Oh, these are, no, the ones we used last time are here.
Oh,
These are
okay,
both
okay.
sided dual. These ones are from Dollarama, and they're like,
Okay.
yeah, so we can use water with them, but also it's a combo with acrylic, which means we could use white underlayer and then work. But in case if you work on color and you want to lighten it, on the sides it's definitely easier to use a paint marker unless you want like a bigger size something. But let's say I will show a very quick example of a diagonal composition. So that's diagonal.
Okay.
Okay. This is random, right? So I did not put any diagonal in here, they're just random lines. This is just a curve, which we could add to, and what's underneath is totally random. So I usually don't use composition as part of what I do, because I usually prefer working out with random.
Yeah.
And what is here on top is just dragonfly glaze. So I can just show this one. This piece can be added to, and I brought it here to just show it as an example of a very simple random.
It's beautiful.
object.
Love that. And that shine, is that from the dragon?
It's the
Yeah.
dragonfly glaze.
Huge fan of that. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
So let's say I select, I can work out this as well. So let's say I select diagonal line as the beginner point, but I prefer working with an abstract still. So it could be anything, but it could be, you can go from here and decide you want to paint like
Okay.
something.
And then that tape is creating like a barrier, or not a barrier, but like yeah, like a line.
And then you can add, like, you want to add like people. And in this case, that would be easier to work with a paint marker, which, unless you want them to be really shadow or something, I don't want any shadow.
Can we put more than one piece of paper?
Yes, absolutely. So that would be like, I'm just drawing a person. So I start with something and it's just a random, right? So it would be,
Just picking out a figure in there.
yeah, so the figure could be very simple,
Yeah,
right? So there are two people talking.
like a simple composition.
Yeah, so simple composition, right?
Zing.
So
We also
we're not working with anything too complicated because it's more of a, unless we're working on top of something different, this is a doodle. We don't forget that we have a doodle underneath. So we don't want our images to be really complicated because they would be not be as visible. So could be anything like this. Just because of the weather was so cold today, I'm just adding. It's still cold. I mean,
It's super windy too.
it's so windy.
Yeah.
And as we're working on art, just a heads up, if anyone has a question while you're watching, just throw it into the comments and then we'll answer.
so I don't know. I kind of feel boots. Boots will do.
That's
Boots
so
and
good.
jackets.
All right, just pick it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So that's something I got so far. Okay, and then
So far, it looks so good.
so far I can take
The
this
candle.
off and use it as a guide, but I can also add another diagonal. So, you know, in a way that we can just add something interesting. We're still working with an abstract, right? So I'm not saying this is a landscape or anything, it's an abstract. So we just go diagonally today. And if you want to add always, I say, whenever it's a diagonal, I would always add a line that's horizontal and vertical
Okay.
for myself, but I don't have to add it here because that's naturally how you add. It might be shifted a little bit, but it's either a person standing or anything else, so it doesn't matter. So whatever you create, you could just use the materials, but then out of what you like from here, choose some components and we are going to add them into here. So whatever 2 or 3 elements from what you make, and we're just adding them on top, and then we'll have, let's combine this piece together again and see how it's, which way it was, so what are we doing here? How was it cut? I think that's the way, okay, that's, I don't like puzzles, and I never solve puzzles like this.
Puzzles are the
But that's what, yeah, here's the puzzle for me, there. Okay, so this is the way it goes, and then after we're done, we can actually make it into a diagonal composition based something. So let's say the diagonal would go differently on each of them. And then it would be combined back together into something like this, and then it would be displayed as pseudo setup.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So we have, that's for acrylic if you need it.
okay.
No one needs acrylic yet? Okay, so, okay, I've added people for now.
How did this?
Okay, so we can add any elements, random elements or abstract elements.
Okay.
Again, they do not have to be complicated or anything. And then it's a combination of acrylic, again, acrylic and paint marker. So we want to use acrylic for after we're getting like a dark area. I would say let's work with acrylic. So I'll show what I usually do. I start with a paint marker.
This is a paint marker?
Yeah, that's a paint marker. I know it's easy to say just a marker, but it's actually a paint marker.
Yeah. These are beautiful.
Yeah.
Where are these from? Don't say Delaware.
Is that Amazon?
Why is that?
Yeah.
These are-
They were for like very low price, and I decided to try and get them.
Yeah.
So oriented on this line, I could
Oh, neat.
do something simple like this.
Neat.
Then this area I could add. What's that? That's. And exciting news, we will have 2 special guests. And the first special guest is Laura Roberts, coming next week.
Yeah.
And then we'll have another special guest. I'm not talking about.
Tune in next time.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
What did you use for this glue?
Oh, I actually used the brush
Oh, okay,
right
like that.
here, but one of them was blue. I don't know where it's located right now.
I think
Okay,
Logan has
there.
it.
We got this.
Okay, I'll get the green.
Can I try this? Is this the kind where you put water? This is a
Yeah.
cool brush.
Yeah.
Basically, you put water into it, and then, right?
Yeah.
And the paint's in here, right?
Yeah.
And you squeeze it.
You just do the water and then it'll come out.
I love watercolor.
Okay, and then after I get something like this, I'll take some acrylic brushes. And where are the brushes? Okay, thanks. Good to know. I didn't see them. Okay, I'll take like medium brush. I don't like working big brushes. So I have some color here, but I can always go on top of with another light. And then I can mix the blue right here with white. Create a very light sky. So these are all the ways that are quick ways that I usually don't use, so I had to take some advice for that part.
It's okay if I use the orange.
Mhm. Okay. And for myself, if I leave some areas light, they won't look good to me, so I always want to,
Oh, like fill it in?
yes.
Yeah. Do you think for you is it because, do you feel like you can see the paper through it? Is that
It
part of
it
or
doesn't look complete. There are styles that
Yeah.
would work out with this, but for myself, it doesn't look complete.
Shoot, I'm sorry. Oh my god.
And yes, please take some treats from that were gifted to me. I cannot eat them all.
Oh, this is a mess.
Yeah. Typical James.
Okay, sorry.
That's not can't leave now.
Okay, and then surprise switch
Woo.
Oh, do you-
counterclockwise.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I'm so ready to.
Well, looks good.
I'm not ready for that.
There.
Oh, shoot.
Counterclockwise, which means
Oh,
this.
well, we're switching.
Just wait a second.
Counterclockwise is this way, yes?
This way? Yeah. I know I made a mess. Sorry,
Did you
Tracy.
spill water too?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Alright, Logan's. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I had a whole plan. I had a plan.
Let's see what colors, like what goes good with green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eat some sweets.
Get you over it.
It de-stress a bit.
And thank you, James, for showing that with a diagonal line, it doesn't have to be straight. It can be. Wait.
That's fired if I heard.
No, it's intentionally nicely wiggly. No, it's a nice wiggle. It was actually the outline for the watercolor depth, right? So yeah, that
You're
makes
really
sense.
coming at people today.
The
That's the Weber.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Okay.
These are great. How much, do you mind me asking, how much was the set of markers? Paint markers?
This set was at about, let me remember, something like $15, $14. And they're good, and they last for, like, they didn't dry out yet, so it's more than 2 weeks and they work still.
Blue cover with blue?
What was the green? Oh, okay. It's two. It's red. Well, okay, I never used this pens. Let's take it apart. Let's see. Does it leak? No. Can I take it apart?
I think so, yeah, it's just the,
Should they actually keep squeezing or? It's out.
And can you add paint to it after, like unscrew it?
I don't know. I just bought them to try and decide because we have lots of supplies, so I decided let's
Yeah.
add them and see what happens.
yeah.
Because I am not really sure if I can work this out completely. Kind of add, but not too much. The more you work, the more it works. So just simple. And then I have acrylic, which I work with still. Adding it on each of the edges of what I do. So just spread it a little bit out.
Almost again. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm all hands.
Yeah.
Can I use that green after you, James?
I kind of like the color combo of pink and orange.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I put my red and orange together.
Yeah.
Should I go home?
Yeah. metallic?
Yeah. The top ones are pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm definitely one of
The metallic's going like
It's so nice. It's so, and it's very metallic. Yeah.
it's very metallic.
Like butter. I
Yeah.
agree.
Because some people will still like metallic paints, and you put it on your canvas, and you're like,
Yeah.
this is sure.
Yeah.
This is like liquid.
Any comments, questions,
No.
suggestions?
Why is Logan?
Yeah. Look at that big forehead guy out there. I'm wearing a hat today. Those pictures of you in Mexico, so cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you and posting some good stuff on your stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Not Mexico. A little bit. Hmm?
Never been, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, let's, in 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2
2 minutes?
minutes. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't push your heart too much into this one.
Okay,
Rip
I
it
would
away
add
from me.
people everywhere, I guess, or just people and people.
Okay.
Mm,
Try to add more structured lines.
Yeah, me too.
Pink and purple.
I did not add structured lines, I just drew it.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Oh, green. Perfect.
Oh, we should have took pictures like before we rotated each time.
Mm.
That
You
would've
see
been-
that, all the difference?
Yeah. that would've been fun.
Okay,
Okay.
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 Are we passing?
yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, neat.
Good team.
Yeah.
Good team so far.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you. I went with like the flow of like mountains and that gives sunlight to me, so it's like,
That's, yeah.
Also, for the things I'm adding to it are like gonna like
Ah.
ruin it. Watch your like, oh.
You chose that?
Yeah. That's an interesting direction. Yeah. Yeah.
I need to stop this. Maybe like
I like the tape
Yeah.
because I'm just like painting over the edges.
I saw this reel of like a mom sneezing and the baby was drinking milk and it looked absolutely like so mad that
Yeah.
the mom could have sneezed. Or like stopped drinking and it like rolled its eyes. I was like, holy.
That's so funny. There's a funny meme where it's like alternatives to saying like God bless you
Yeah.
when someone sneezes,
Yeah.
and it's all the alternatives are wow.
Wow.
Wow. There's more with that one.
That's so good.
Yeah, yikes. Ooh, the silver, yeah. Turn on.
2 minutes, but it didn't.
Oh, are you taking the, we're
2
taking the
minutes
tape
took,
off?
no, it just, I meant we need to go for another switch.
Mhm.
And I did add any person here, because I don't see a spot yet. So I'll pause this before and then,
Okay, should we take the tape, leave the tape on for now?
it's up to you, I can take
I
it.
put more tape on mine.
I feel like it needs more
Yeah,
time.
whoa.
I'm just taking it because I'm working on the spaces.
Cute.
You're like tape.
Yeah,
You love
add some
tape.
fun to it. Really, I feel like there's too much space for me to draw.
Okay, what time is it now?
I've lost track of time. Time is
154.
154. Okay, so let's have another switch.
Okay,
No,
Right.
not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. Not yet.
maybe I'll take the tape off.
Yeah.
Take the tape off.
Tape off.
I need like
That's
1
gone.
minute.
Okay. And in a second or so, like we have like 5 minutes for
Okay,
this.
you do.
So this we can keep working on after.
Okay.
No.
So you know what, let's go random on this. Doesn't matter which direction we go. And then here you might want paint or you might not want paint. I don't know, whatever you think. And that's for you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So from the piece you have, you can take any elements, but you can use the rest of them as well, or you can add any. Thanks. So which is mine? This one. Okay.
Okay, the Ruby one?
So anything that you see here,
Okay.
you can transfer it.
Well, we draw
Onto
onto here, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then if you want to lighten it up or just make a blank out for certain elements, we have white paint or white paint marker. You don't have to use it though. Like when I say paint and paint marker, I don't mean you have to use.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say, I like the elements that here. Okay, circles and this line. Oh, fun. So yeah, I will use acrylic for this one
Yeah.
as well.
Okay.
Oh.
I kind of feel like this is cool. Really. So this would be a line. Okay, so what I started with is just, I know it's hard to work on top of a doodle sometimes, unless you have certain something in front of you.
Really, yeah.
And again, not my words, learning from Fox. Okay, here, so this is what I made in the beginning.
Nice.
Just align with acrylic, it helps to get a little bit of, yeah. Okay, then, I love taking yellows. I don't know if I want outline for this one. I feel like some people would say they cannot do it without outline. So I would add it. That's some artist, like, it depends. I feel like both ways work for me for now. I still prefer the outline. It's always my
Yeah.
preference. Yeah. I don't know, just for what I do, it's easier for me to do. And we got lots of golds happening, which I like. I love golds and silvers. And again, if you want to use a dragonfly glaze, here it is, on a certain area of it. But I first want to take I like the triangle actually. I like it. Should I add it? Yeah.
Good.
This one, the other gold.
Yeah, I think we have one. I think we have two larger scale pieces of yours. And I have
Oh,
to
here.
look.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh my gosh, eh? So hard, so many colors.
For on Monday, Tuesday.
Just used it and I know it was
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. So I would recommend like not
Close
next
to
week,
the
but the week after.
fine.
Would be a good time to come by. So it'd be like March. Yeah, do the swap. The,
And then this is red and gold or orange.
we're not doing
Is it
until the
red, orange
31st.
together?
Okay.
I guess so.
What is it, this one?
Okay, awesome. Thanks, all.
These, these.
Okay, right on.
These
Yeah.
circles?
Yeah.
Inside of the
Oh, inside.
circle, yeah.
Yeah, this is red and orange.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that looks great. So we are going to keep working on this stuff. We're going to wrap up now, but I just want to have a little look here. Maybe if everyone wants to hold up a piece that they've been doing.
Two.
Or two, yeah. Okay, very cool. So what we're going to do is we are going to keep working on these, and what we'll do is we will post pictures on our Facebook page, so you'll be able to see what we have come up with. But in the meantime, we just want to say thank you, Kate.
Thank you,
Thank
Kate.
you.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm just going to flip this around. And we'll have next week special guest Laura Roberts. And we have more news to reveal as the weeks progress. So we've got lots of cool stuff coming down the pipe. So we will, we wish you a good Friday. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.